Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast, episode number 46. We're live at the Normal brand.
Yeah.
Brought to you by CarShield. What's the promo code?
What the fuck do you think it is?
What's the promo code?
It's not Andy. It's not Andy Strickland. It's not Strick. It's not Strick Daddy. It's not
Strick Nasty.
It's not Strick Nasty. It's not whatever the hell. It's Cam. C-A. Is it? It's C-A-M. It's C-A-M. Cam. Easy peasy. That's me.
All right. 800-857-2481. CarShield.com. Get your coverage. Be protected. Don't be stuck with a bill for thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? Also, GadgetLab.com. GadgetBuyback.com. This place is incredible. Crack your screen. Mess up your computer.
Dude, I booted my phone the other day. Why, you ask? I don't remember, but I fucking booted it.
Kicked it?
I booted it.
Your phone?
I'm done with this damn thing. I kicked it. I'm like, no. Then I dove and I caught it.
Is this after your cat crapped all over
we'll
it?
deal with that in a second.
Okay.
Don't fucking depress me just yet. I
Sorry.
booted my fucking phone. I don't know why I did it, but when it was in the air, thank God I'm athletic as shit. I dove and I caught that bad boy like fucking, who's a good
Ozzie
receiver?
Smith.
Oh, yeah, Ozzie Smith. Just like Ozzie Smith. I
Yeah.
did a backflip, then I caught that bad boy. But if I wouldn't have done it, it
Jerry
would have
Rice,
cracked.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss. Yeah. I mossed that motherfucker.
Okay.
And I'm like, thank God
Yeah.
I'm athletic.
You got mossed.
I got mossed. No, I mossed myself. I mossed my phone. But if I didn't do that, I would have been like, fuck, Gadget Tech, what's up, baby?
Mm-hmm.
I just cracked the shit out of my phone for a good reason. Hooked me up, and they will.
All right, business owners out there, turn in your old shit.
Yeah.
Get some new stuff.
Old ass shit. If you have old technology, you're a loser.
Oh my God, you're costing yourself
You're a loser.
potentially hundreds of thousands of
Slowing
dollars.
your shit down. Don't slow it
Yes.
down. Speed it up, baby.
So lots of big companies out there use GadgetBuyback.com. You should too. 877-772-8880. All right, Cam, lots of stuff to get into. I don't even know where to begin with you right now. First off, I know you're dealing with some personal stuff right now. We'll get that out of the way. So my thoughts go out to you and Kate and the rest of the family because, you know, you have a kitty cat that you're very close with, and she's gotten a little sick, eh?
Well, it's not the close cat that I'm with. If the other cat dies, I'm going to be on suicide watch and for a while.
Okay.
That's how. No, I'm dead serious. That thing's gonna fuck me up. But this one's more of a lemon cat. You know when you get a lemon car,
It's like
you
a grunt.
My ex-girl.
Or a runt?
I know
What
Kate
is it?
doesn't listen to this, but my ex-girl, one of my ex-girlfriends, decided to give me a fucking cat for Christmas. So I'm like, thanks. You're not even from Missouri, and you just send this cat over here. So I kept it. It was a rescue cat, and I, you know, it just didn't mesh with the other kitty or the other doggies in the house, and now it's shitting all over my clothes and my computer, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So I think it was cursed from the get-go because I broke up with her right when she got it for me, which is just a gutless thing to do, although there's reasons for it. But now the cat's crapping on my computer, and then she shits in my shoe, and then it's not like a solid, it's like fucking God.
man.
And then she like
Okay.
No, you asked me.
Yeah, well,
And
I don't need all that
She
information.
shits on my clothes, a poor little kitty. And then she takes the other clothes and like, I guess like, you know, when cats in the litter box are like, yeah.
So you don't see it.
I don't see it.
Then you open it up. There's the surprise.
I have a fucking laundry basket of clean clothes. She shits on the fucking thing and then takes other
is
clothes
terrible.
and then kicks up the clothes
Oh my
on.
God. Oh
and
my
I'm
God.
like, yay, I'm going golfing today, Cam. Find your Sunday's best. Okay, Kate, I will. Here it is. Ah! Oh, it's all over me. We gotta leave in 5 minutes. Now I gotta take a shower. I'm gonna pour gas on me and light myself on fire because I'm fucking
Well,
hideous.
we knew during the quarantine how important this new computer was to you, and she shit on the
She
computer.
shit on the fucking computer.
Yeah. Okay.
She shit on the fucking. Look,
Well,
I
all
haven't,
the- all
I haven't
the
caught her
best.
in the act. It could be Kate. It could be my other cat, or it could be the other dog. So I'm fucking. Kate ain't doing it. I don't know why she do that. The dog's sleeping right fucking next to me. It's every time I get up in the morning. The other cat's locked in the closet because she sneaks through this little crawlway and locks herself in the closet. So I know it's not that fucking cat. So I walk in, and there's shit everywhere, or I can't find it, and I'm like, oh God, where's it at? Where's it at? Now I'm fucking Inspector Gadget cruising around the house looking for fucking cat shit, and then I find it in a stocking cap that I'm probably gonna wear in 3 months.
Okay. Well, all the best. All the best to
God.
the cat. We're thinking
Little
about you and
baby.
Kate. What's the cat's name?
I forgot. No, I'm just
Really?
joking. It's Jilly. No, I'm kidding.
Jilly?
I'm kidding. I'm Jilly.
All right,
Bug.
all the best to Jilly Bean.
Yeah, I know. She's fine.
Yeah.
Look, I
Yeah.
rescued that damn cat. She was in a
Okay.
shoebox
Hey,
on the
man.
side of the fucking road.
Something to be said for that.
Shoebox on the side of the road. She had a lovely life here, although my other cat tortured her, and I think that's why she's shitting all over the place. I know.
Okay, well, that happens, man. As they get older, we all know. We're considering getting a dog. Dogs cost so much money.
Yep.
Like, what's the end game? What's the maximum you should spend on a dog?
Depends on what you want, homie. Like, if I had a castle in the middle of the woods like I'm going to get, I'm going to have 2 werewolves. I'm going to spend about fucking 10 G's a note on that bad boy. I want 2 of them just in case I go out of town and I need my wife to be taken care of. Not just with, weaponry. I need werewolves in the house.
A werewolf?
Yes.
Is that a real thing, or is that like a
no.
made-up?
No.
Because I know, like, a wolf. Is it a werewolf?
You ever seen the movie Werewolf in London?
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Okay.
It's a real thing.
And you want not one, you want 2
I want
of
2
those.
I want 2 of them.
Okay, and they cost $10,000 each?
I'd probably buy $50,000 a piece.
Will they just attack you and kill you
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're
no, they'll
sleeping?
tear you apart.
They
well,
will.
usually they're human, and then once a full moon comes, they turn into a werewolf. So
Ah.
you're basically buying a human.
Okay, and they run in packs and all that type of stuff.
No, they're pretty individual. So
Really?
I want them to be related so they like each other. And they take care of Kate when I'm out of town, baby.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
got an AK and all that stuff, but I just need werewolves just in case the safety's on or whatnot.
She has an AK?
She's got a couple.
I wasn't going to let that slip. You don't seem to be traveling too much. I don't know if this is necessary for you right now to have a couple of wolves.
Werewolves.
Okay? Or werewolves.
Yeah, big difference.
Werewolves? Werewolves?
I don't want a pussy-ass wolf, dude. Those guys run in packs. Werewolves are like, fuck,
Oh,
I'm bad in the
oh,
bone.
they're different than a wolf?
They're werewolves. There's a big difference. They don't run in packs.
Okay.
They're like 6'9".
Oh, my God.
And they walk on their hind legs at times.
Really?
It's crazy shit, man. But if you're wealthy like I am, you can afford that shit.
Okay.
Keep
So-
doing your shit on a podcast. Maybe you'll get there.
10 grand a
piece.
werewolf, man. So these dogs, I've got deposits out in like multiple states.
What do you want, a golden doodle?
Well, listen, I want one of these dogs that doesn't shed. I had a shedding dog for a long time. It shed everywhere. I lived with 4 dogs at one point in college. 4 dogs.
What are their names?
And they all shed. Actually, true story.
I know what you're trying to say. You live.
Yeah, no. One of my roommates had a dog, same name as my dog, and we changed the name of the dog. We're like, dude, we're not having 2 dogs
You
with
had
the same
dogs in
name.
college?
Oh yeah,
They let you do that?
I lived like on an acre fenced in college, up in the mountains, 7,000 elevation.
I didn't know they did that in college, though. You could have animals in college?
Well, I didn't live in the dorm. I don't do that. I don't live in dorms.
I wouldn't live in a dorm. You'd be like, fuck you.
No.
I got to live next to this piece of shit.
Oh my god! And then you get in trouble like in the dorm.
Like, how does that work?
They'll write you tickets.
What kind of nerd boy would do that? No. Explain. So, I didn't go to college, obviously. I know everybody's back in their car like, no shit. Yeah, I know. I got a ninth grade education from you guys.
Did you get?
I'm okay right now. I'm
Did you
doing
go to,
pretty well.
Did you go to 10th grade or no?
I did. I don't know. Technically, I don't think I did. But I told people I did.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I'm in the 10th grade. Oh, Cam, let's do
So let me-
school photo at the end of the year. No, I'm not going to go on that because I know in my picture in the 9th grade when all my friends are in there.
So let me break this down for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you live in a dorm, there's somebody who's in charge. Typically, it's like a junior or senior who still lives in the dorm.
And what do they do?
They bust you if you're drinking or doing something that you shouldn't be doing. They bust you.
Just like old school.
Yes.
Just Jeremy Piven. Who the fuck wants to do that?
I don't know.
Any of y'all out there that does do they pay you money or are you just a dickwad?
I bet you get free board. There's some type of incentive.
In the fucking dorm?
busting
Oh, you get
everybody.
a free dorm room with some other jackass? Fuck that. Now you're ratting on cats?
And you're older too now.
And
You're not a freshman.
You're the older guy ratting on the boys for bringing home chicks. You're not only fucking them over, you're fucking the girls over too. Now both the fucking girls and the guys fucking hate you.
Yeah.
And you're not getting paid? Then what the fuck are you?
I'm sure there's some RAs out there who are great people.
Is that what they're called,
Really
RAs?
nice resident assistants. Yeah,
Rear admirals?
I'm sure they're super nice.
Is that
I'm
what it's
sure
called?
There's some nice ones.
They're called rear admirals?
They're called resident assistants.
Oh, residences. Okay, my bad.
I don't know if that's something that would be in the cards for a lot of us,
Wow.
but people who do it, obviously you need them. There's an
Do
important
ya?
role that they have.
But why?
Absolutely.
Okay, wait, time out. Why don't they hire somebody, older in a way, maybe a
They
security
are.
guy? No, but they're still going to school. Mm-hmm. So you're automatically pinpointing yourself as a fucking jackass. Why don't they hire somebody separate that come in like a security guy,
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm an old school piece
And they
of
just
shit,
walk the halls.
and I'll fucking walk the hall, and I'm a dick. But you're still going to school, and you're a dick. Now you're an extra dick, and those extra dicks suck.
Yeah. Okay.
So write that down.
Yeah. Right. I am, actually.
Put them in your notes.
All right, Brian Giunta.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy was cool as hell.
He wasn't an RA. He wasn't an
No,
RA.
he wasn't.
He wasn't an
He went to Boston College.
He might have been. Oh, he might have been.
They probably partied back in the
I
day.
think he ratted me out on a couple things. He was in the RA in
Did
the
he?
Devils locker room. No, I'm just joking. Gio was awesome, man. He was a good dude. He was a little cocky. I remember he was. Look, when you're small, you got to be cocky, man. We all have little man syndrome.
We asked him about that.
Yeah, we did. We asked
did.
little man syndrome. Hey, I got little man syndrome. You got little man syndrome. So is Brian Gianta. And all y'all out there that are little, y'all got little man syndrome too. You don't even know it.
I think you just have it. It's
You
automatic.
fucking got it, man. You got to do what you got to do when you're small, dude. We all do.
Yeah. So, but he was a hell of a player. Were you on the team when he scored 48 goals? Were you there that year?
Yeah, was that
And he's just okay, either yes or no.
Dude,
don't do like a Lindros thing where you think you played against him,
Very
but you
true.
didn't. If you
Mm.
don't remember, you probably weren't.
I don't remember a lot of things.
48 goals, dude. I think it's the
You think I
all-time
count
record.
his fucking
maybe.
goals? I'm worried about myself. I didn't score for fucking 17 months. I'm not worried about him getting 50. Nah, I think I was on the team. Was it 07, 08 or something like that?
So he was like an offensive catalyst, man. You guys relied on him a lot.
Big time. And he was small, but God, you ever see him naked? Whew, jacked. Every part of his body's well put together. He's not a big, tall guy by any stretch of imagination. Huge biceps. It's like just like carved out of stone, man. Just like those. You're in Rome and you see all Michelangelo stuff. Carved out of stone. Worked his ass off. Could go from point A to point B in any way possible. Meaning, he's so agile, 10 and 2, small, compact. Like he could bounce around. You kick the puck up, do this. Like kind of put himself in awkward, weird.
Play through contact for a little guy.
Yes, take
tough,
a hit.
Tough to knock off
There
the
it
puck.
is.
Yes.
So like on the wall, somebody comes and try to hit him like some stupid ass like me, and I'm like, I'm going high.
They may
He's
bounce
gonna
off of him.
Bounce off him. He'll slide under you. He'll
Yeah.
still pick his speed up, take 2 strides. Now he's full speed.
Yeah.
That's why he's successful.
And American kid, captain of the Montreal Canadiens. Something to be said for that.
Hardcore, man.
A captain of 2 different teams
Yeah, Buffalo and
in the National
Montreal.
Hockey League. We didn't really know what to expect from this conversation. I was always interested in his career. I followed him for a long time, just in terms of how good he was. 100% fully respected this dude
Big
for how
time.
good of a hockey player he was. And he's one of those guys, you talk to him for a good 40, 45 minutes, you kind of feel like you've known him for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, so
I was
easy
like,
to
me
talk
and
to.
Gio style. We're like boys now.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
It's so funny now that we do this, and you have to reconnect with people that you played with and players that maybe you played against you didn't really know, and maybe you're around them and they were kind of not that Gio was. I was young and I was loud and whatever. Fucking some of these guys now when they're retired are just completely different, just loose. Here's how it happened. But during it, you're so stressed out that you're just a different person when you're playing than when you are retired. Does that make any sense to you? Okay.
Yeah,
you notice that too.
Well, you
Andy.
never make sense, but whatever. That kind of
Well,
made sense.
I was the same no matter what, but
Yes.
it is what it is.
Yeah, he was cool. All right.
Cool.
You'll like this, man. I mean, again, it's like we had Tom Dundon on. I heard from more people who said, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who the hell Tom Dundon was, the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes. And all of a sudden, people are like, wow, this dude's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we do here on the Cam and Strick podcast. You come on the show, you come on the podcast, we learn about you, we share who you are with the rest of the world. We did that with Dundon. We're doing it here with GeoStyle. Did you call him that?
GeoStyle?
Well,
No.
that's his Twitter account name.
I call. Oh, it is, isn't it? I call him
GeoStyle.
Geo.
Just Geo.
Yeah. What's yours again?
At Andy Strickland, not too hard, on Twitter.
What's your Instagram?
Strick Nasty.
That's what I thought.
There you go.
That's what I thought.
You can find me.
Don't chirp him.
All right.
Don't chirp him when you got a name like that.
GeoStyle, I'm not chirping him.
I thought you were.
No.
So I was like,
That's
just
his
remember.
name,
I'm just
dude.
like, remember what yours
Yeah.
is.
No, he's cool as
Nasty.
shit.
Ben
He's
Nasty.
great, and he's a winner, too.
Biz Nasty.
He won in college. He won in the National Hockey League, too.
If you're a captain of the Montreal Canadiens, you're a fucking winner.
Yeah.
No matter what the fuck you do.
Absolutely.
There you go.
His brother played in the show, too.
I know. I played on line with him.
Did you?
Unfortunately for him, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of took my job a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like him. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, this is the Cam and Strick podcast. Enjoy this. Brian Gianta on this edition. Brought to you by CarShield, carshield.com. Again, gadgetbuyback.com.
Woo.
Check that out. Get all the information you need. Trade in your old stuff. You have a cracked screen, whatever it is, computer gone bad, just turn it in and then get a new one, and they'll buy it from you. Don't be walking around with a broken phone.
Or how about you're an organization or a company and you're 5 years behind in your electronics?
There you
Get
go.
rid of it.
Yeah.
You're slowing your shit down.
Maybe your cat shit all over your computer.
Shut the fuck up with that.
Okay.
She did do that.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sell it.
God.
Don't keep it. Don't hang on to it. You can
Poor
sell
little
it.
baby. God.
Gadgetbuyback.com. And of course, Bellman.com. Our
baby.
boy, Dan Bellman. Get yourself a new ride. Cadillac, Buick, GMC in Troy, right across the street. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Get yourself set up. Get that new Rubicon. Get the Jeep. Get the Cadillac Escalade across the street.
Yeah.
Ride in style as we head into the summer months. It's already hot as shit in here, actually.
Fuck, I know.
Here in St. Louis, it's hot as hell. I don't know about what it is for you guys.
Well,
Also,
it's 72 to sunny in Eureka every day.
I want to send something out to all our listeners. We appreciate the support, everything you're doing. But do us a favor. You got to subscribe. Just hit the button and subscribe.
Yep. Makes it easy.
Okay? Just makes it
Pops
easy.
up every time then. Yeah.
So everyone listening, go subscribe and tell 2 people. And the other 2 people, maybe they go subscribe too.
Yeah, simple.
Tell your friends.
Helps us out.
That's right.
Helps us out.
All right. Brian Gianta, stud, with us here on the Cam and Strick podcast. We've got really no structure. It's like Cam on the ice, no structure.
Nothing. Nothing. You know about that.
Exactly.
Where are you at right now, man? Andy says that you're right on a fucking lake. You got a nice boat. Give me an example of your setup there. I don't know. Are you following him on Instagram? Are these Instagram posts, Andy?
Listen, I do my research. I do my prep. Cam doesn't do
I
shit.
play with him. I do my research.
And you look like you live like right on the ocean, even though I'm from Buffalo originally, my whole family. So I know it's not the ocean, but it's a pretty sick setup you got there.
Yeah, we're just outside of Rochester, I'd say like 20, 25 minutes west of the city. We're on Lake Ontario. So my family all grew up here. Like I grew up on the lake, so my parents are about 5 minutes down the lake. So yeah, we kind of right now we're going between here and Buffalo. The kids are in school in Buffalo, and then this was supposed to be kind of the forever house, and kids kind of put a damper on that. And now, Buffalo house is supposed to be a 3-year plan, my contract, and then they're so settled with school and friends and shit that it's just we go back and forth now. So we're using this as a summer place right now, and that's where we are. We're at the lake now with the weather starting to get nice, and pool here, the boat, so get some fishing in and start utilizing some of that stuff.
What kind of boat you got? Is it a center console fishing boat? Is it a shit kicker with 2 525s on the back of that bad boy? What kind of boat you got going, dude?
It's I'd say it's just like a cruiser. It's a 28-foot cruiser Chaparral. I got a couple of jet skis too. That's where we kind of the skiing and kneeboarding and all the wakeboarding for the kids. Use the jet skis for that, and then the other things just kind of cruise. And actually, we have a nice setup where we got a dock where the boat lift and the jet ski, so it takes about 5 minutes to drop it in the water and be gone. It's better than driving 20 minutes to a marina and then 20 minutes down a river to get out to open water.
No.
I saw the video of you and Andrew Peters. It was actually good content. I would scale it pretty high. It was actually funny, and you're hitting golf balls and hockey pucks and whatever in the water. But Cam asks every guest we have if they have a boat. Finally, someone has a boat. He's the first one that has one.
Because he's fucking smart. Because he knows it's endless entertainment, baby. That's how that works.
He doesn't say, do you have a car?
No,
what kind of car?
cars are
do you
irrelevant.
have a boat? He wants to know who has a boat, and finally we have somebody.
Gio, explain
who
how
has
fun
one.
boats are, please. Can you please explain
I grew up on the lake. I could never be without a boat. And I'm at the crossroads now where the kids want to be doing different things. So literally I could have 3 different boats, a fishing boat, a wake, surfing boat, and then a cruiser. You know what I mean? So I'm like, in the dream world, I'd throw 3 boats back there, have different options no matter what you're doing in the day. You know what I mean? Okay, today's a fishing day. Grab the fishing boat.
God.
Okay. Well, Cam,
That's what I'm talking about.
Like Cam says, it's like people have their 7-car garages. I would like that 3 barns to house the boats.
is that where you keep the boat? Where do you keep the boat?
On his dock.
Yeah. In the wintertime, we put it in the barn, indoor.
You winterize it in the wintertime, Andy. He's so far behind on shit. He doesn't know what fun is. But you say Lake Ontario though, and I will say this though, because that's a scary ass lake, man. Like it builds up. It's kind of tough when you're out there. It gets a little choppy once in a while, right?
Yeah, you got to learn it. It definitely can turn up on you. I mean, you get 10, 12 footers easily. You know what I mean? So it's you got to watch it. You got to make sure you can read the winds and make sure you see what's coming on. But
like being in the ocean.
It's that's what it is. It's a small ocean. It's that big. Like you don't see. If we were going to cut from here to Toronto, you'd probably be without land for about 45 minutes or so, where you don't see land. You're just kind of out there.
Yeah, so
It's,
No man's
it's a little
land.
scary at times.
oh, I could imagine. That's
You-
why I wouldn't let Cam take me out on his boat. He
yeah.
could go
I'm
to
gonna
the
trust you,
smallest
though.
lake here. He'd have no idea where the hell he's going. Now your boat cost about $100K, right? Is that what you said?
No way, not a
Yeah,
chaparral.
yeah.
100K for 28 footer.
Yeah, well, it's
Brand
I don't know,
new?
It's a
Brand
it's an
new?
05 yeah, it's an 0506 now. You know what I mean? I bought it that 10 years, 15 years ago almost. Man, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
they're
saying.
expensive.
I'm due for the upgrade.
Yeah, you are.
So what else are you doing nowadays? You got the homeschool going on. You're an Olympian, played over 1,000 games, signed big contracts. So are you just chilling, or you got your feet up? I mean, what else is keeping you busy? You have a hobby in retirement?
Yeah, I mean, I love doing everything. I love golfing. I love all that stuff. But youth sports, man, it's craziness.
Oh, my God.
It is insane. So I got a 15-year-old son. I got a 12-year-old daughter, and then a 8-year-old son. So the boys play hockey. That's kind of their main thing. My daughter's huge into soccer. But the boys, like my oldest hockey, like right now, it is insane. Today is like a day where you can finalize rosters.
Oh,
It is a
Are you the coach?
nightmare.
Are you the coach?
Yeah, I'm the coach.
Are you?
yeah.
Are you? Does he play? Does he play like AAA, like U15 hockey, or what are we talking here?
Yeah. It's so it's Buffalo Junior Sabres. It's we got a decent little team. That's 15 only or whatever they're gonna call it
Yeah,
next
I
year is
know.
what we'll be. So it's we're all over the place. We're Chicago, Boston, all over the place. It's crazy.
Listen.
I see a head-to-head coming up
I
here,
know.
Gio.
I coach with our U15 AAA Blues here in town, Gio.
What do you got?
We may have to
man,
schedule.
for what?
Hey,
Oh!
let's get a little COVID preseason game going on, a little friendly. You know, we haven't been able to
Yes.
get on the ice.
No contact.
We'll-
yeah, seriously.
we'll keep our
boys
distance.
aren't ready for it yet.
either. Well, we don't even know who we're going to have on the team. You know, like this is the third year that I've stayed at the 15. So obviously, you change birth years and whatever. So this 05 group, I'm not nearly as familiar with. I don't know anybody. We haven't been able to be on the ice. No spring season,
Oh, my
nothing
God.
to even get to know guys. So thank God I'm not the head coach because I don't know who anybody is. But it
No
is
shit,
fun,
right
man.
on.
That's why it's a nightmare. Is you got to figure out all that crap. It's stupid. Like it's today I had a laptop, an iPad, and my phone. I felt like it was free agent frenzy. Like Gregor was going to be calling me like over this 15-year-old that I'm getting to secure him on the roster.
Yeah. Well, you'll get some parents coming at you too, I'm sure, if that
Oh,
hasn't
yeah,
happened
that's it.
already.
Can we
Yeah,
ask,
so-
him, ask him about that?
Because
I
they're
wanna-
crazy.
How do you deal with
They're
that?
nuts.
Seriously,
Well,
Gio. Like, wait. Let me set this up real quick. You've been in the game a long time, captain of different teams, you fucking Stanley Cup winner, USA, blah, 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 blah. How do you handle these nutbags? Because they are. There's a lot of them, and some are
they're-
cool. How do you deal with that without being, I know everything? And how do you balance that shit, man?
It's very, very hard, man. Like it's legit. Like some people get crazy, and honestly, like somebody, I forget who, a former player was like, dude, when you retire and you become a youth coach, all the shit you've done in the NHL, all the accomplishments, everybody forgets that within the first 10 minutes of you coaching
Oh
their
my
kid,
God.
because
You're
all of
so
a sudden,
right.
all of a
Oh,
sudden you've
fuck.
did them wrong, or you know what I mean? Like they didn't deserve to, miss a shift, or they deserve to be on the power play more, whatever it may be. Like it's crazy. It's intense and insane. And I don't like where youth sports are at. So I'm trying to really calm it down and put some perspective on these kids. Cause there's 700 of those jobs out there. You put the AHL in there and you get 1,400 jobs worldwide from the age of 18 to 40
Yeah.
worldwide. It's not easy to be there.
Yeah.
But these parents think hey, this switch should happen. My kid's going here. My kid's going there.
Hey,
My
I-
son's the best.
I know, and I've seen it. I've seen it up close, right? From Basil McRae to Al McInnes to Keith Kachuk to Jeff Brown. Man, I've seen it with all these guys who have coached their kids, and the parents, they just seem to forget. Like even though they never played, even when they were younger, they all of a sudden think that they know more. But you were an elite player growing up. You grew up through the USA hockey system. But it wasn't that long ago, Gio. But how much has it changed even since you were a teenager?
What's changed, I think, is the perspective with what people see, right? Like before it was, so and so made it. Now there's so many of these blogs and things that are rating kids at 13 and 12,
I
and
know.
legit though, like you'll have people don't understand the kid that's best at 13, 14. He he might drop off the map by the time he's 16. Like, things come into play. These are kids. We're dealing with kids that get interested in girls or going to a party or
they get distracted for sure.
Yeah.
Just get interested in other things. They fall out of love with the game for being pushed too hard or just don't enjoy it as much. It's natural, but it's changing people's perspective on what's important, right? Like, it's life lessons. Sports are life lessons, and learning to be a part of a team, something bigger than yourself. And if your kid's able to go, keep pushing them, but don't have that as your end all be all and that kind of thing.
Well, I will say this though, and you should write this down to tell the guys. Don't not play hockey to go after girls. Play hockey to go after girls, you dumb shit. You're going to get more girls when you're a fucking good hockey player than you not being a good hockey player. Do you get that? Jesus
Especially when
Christ.
they look like you. But
No shit.
Damn it. Hey, so listen, I mean, great career, man. Congrats on a great career and, capping it off in the Olympics. I know you came back and played a handful of games at Boston, but it was great to watch you play. But you think about your career right off the bat, like, who do you identify with first? I mean, is it Montreal? Is it Jersey because you won a cup there?
He knows.
Where are we at here?
Yeah, I mean,
He knows.
I would say, honestly, it's between Jersey and Montreal. Those were my formidable, like Lou, like Cam, we've talked about it, right? Like how much Lou means to me, I'm sure to you, what he's done for me and my family. Like,
He's
if
listening,
it wasn't
by
for
the
him,
way.
if he wasn't, yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for him, like giving me a chance, like 5'7", nobody from Western New York in a time when small guys weren't allowed to play in the league, so winning a cup with that organization, growing up in that organization, and then going to the hockey mecca in Montreal, like those are what I identify with the most, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, he saw the fire in you, though. And you know that. And didn't you feel when you went to camp, though, like, I know exactly what I need to do. Like, there's no, like I know from that guy, when he comes in, and Lou shakes hands with everybody, Gio, doesn't he? Then he goes to all the trainers, and you'll look everybody in the eye, and he'll shake your hand. But you individually, you just know what you need to do. And you go out there and you do it. And it's actually a simpler job than anything else because you just know where you stand.
Absolutely. There's no guesswork. There's no, you know exactly what he's looking for. And you know that everybody's on the same page, right? Like, nobody's above the team. And even if it's a star, I mean, he's traded Arnott and Sikora in their prime playing with Elias because that line became too big of they had to play together. So it became too big of a distraction for the team. And so he cut ties with great players just for the sake of the overall team aspect.
Listen, I want to dive into your career with Jersey, but I'm curious, growing up in that organization, like, how does that prepare you to be a captain in a market like Montreal? Like, would you have been prepared for that if you hadn't come from an organization like New Jersey?
I don't think so. There's no way. I mean, it's so hockey craze. Like, the shit can hit the fan at any point in time in Montreal. So it's with Lou, being older in my career helped too, right? Like being 7-8 years into my career before I went there. But these young guys that are drafted there or they grow up in the system of Montreal, like, it is extremely high pressure. You're a high draft pick there. You are expected to come in and be a savior right away. So it's not easy. There's no way I could have done that when I was young. No way.
No way in hell, dude. And
no.
Like, you're right. And then all of a sudden you learn how to win, though, at a young age. And we talked to Gomer the other day. We had him on the pod. And it's kind of like a monkey off your back when you didn't really have a monkey on your back. But you already won, and you knew how to do it. And you want to win again, but now it's like, you know what? I'm going to go make as much money as possible and know how to be a leader on each team. And maybe I could convince these guys to jump on board with me because I know how to win, or maybe not. But, I kind of did it at a young age. Explain how that feeling is.
Oh, win a Stanley Cup is like, you can't even explain it. You can't put it into words. The feeling you get. And I think Lou helped me make that decision because I would have stayed in New Jersey for the rest of my career, but he knew that there were better opportunities and things to grow and learn from elsewhere. And so it's almost like he was like, hey, you got to go and do this, for yourself and your career and your family. Without saying that, he just kind of it's just amazing how good he is at that kind of thing. But winning, there's no better thing, and that's where in Montreal, 2 huge disappointments. I would say 2010 when we went to the conference finals, that was a disappointment because we were on a Cinderella run. But that 14 run where we lost to the Rangers, where Carey Price got hurt, that was a team that could have won a cup. And you see how precious that is, and how hard it is to do, and how hard it is to get back there. Like it's. You appreciate that as you grow older and become that veteran guy.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. So 2010, you've got Halak, Price. They end up trading Halak, obviously, to St. Louis. He comes here. What were your thoughts at the time? Were you thinking, okay, this guy just got hot? Or he's going to go on, and this guy has future star ability as a goalie. Like, what was your perception of him at the time?
That I didn't want to make that. I wouldn't want to be that guy making that decision, risking my career on that decision.
No shit.
You're trading the hottest goaltender maybe at the time for a guy that is just kind of in everybody's eyes has fallen off the map or hasn't progressed, or it just kind of seemed like Price had plateaued. Maybe he didn't have it anymore. And you go in a place like Montreal after making a Cinderella run and say, Price is our guy. I know that we didn't go with him. I know Halak brought us to the conference finals and knocked off this defending Stanley Cup champs, the President Trophy winners, and you go and trade him. Like, it was unprecedented at the time. Yeah. But we believed in Price because you could see him every day in practice, right? Like, you could see – and I think that feud, that battle between those two on the ice had to happen for Price to become what Price is today, right? Like, there's no way Price digs in and is the player is as determined as he is if he doesn't have that conflict, that Halak pushing him to be that better goaltender, right? It's just shit. That's sports.
I'll never forget Halak's first game back in Montreal, like for St. Louis. I think he had a shutout. He was incredible in the game, and he was the number 1 star, and he came out and basically skated around the ice when they gave him a standing ovation. It was I'd never seen that from a visiting player, and see the crowd react and respond to him the way that they did. What were you guys thinking at the time? Oh my God,
get this fucking guy off the ice.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, it was just we all believed in Price, but at the same time, he comes in and dominates us, and the home crowd's behind him. So you got all of Montreal saying, "You dumbasses, you let freaking this guy go." But hey, Price is a world class guy.
He's that good, huh?
Yeah, he is. I put him up there. I mean, had some good goalies, Marty and Price and Rask in Boston, and man, he's up there with Marty as far as
he's the handsomest goalie too, right?
Oh yeah, he's a stud.
Oh my God. Can he do anything up there? Seriously, I know he's married. He's married, probably with kids. But he can't he can't even walk down the street though.
No, you can't go anywhere.
So what the fuck do you do?
Yeah, you got nothing. You hold your. I mean, he's okay with it, right? He's hunting, fishing, roping. Cowboy roping. That's that. You know what I mean? That's his thing. So he's okay getting away from the limelight and being off in the bush somewhere, and putting his camo on and just forgetting about life.
He doesn't look like a fucking cowboy. I'll tell you that right now. He looks like a New York
he's
fucking
from out west
banker or something.
Yeah, he's Western.
Yeah, he's from out west. But when you were named captain, I think the second American to ever be named captain of Montreal behind Chris Chelios.
Never heard of him.
What was that moment like for you? I mean, I know it's a huge honor, but can you just describe being a captain in Buffalo versus being a captain in Montreal? Can you describe the difference for us, please?
I think everyone knows the difference. There's nothing like it. I mean, So I don't know when it was, if it was my first year captain or not, but we did a torch ceremony opening night in Montreal, and I'm getting the torch from John Beliveau. And like, there's like, I don't compare to these guys. Like, you look at the list of captains of the Montreal Canadiens, and I'm like, there's no way I belong with this crew. You know what I mean? I went back for a captain's night, and like, I'm like, who's this guy that's bringing everyone else down? That's me. You know what I mean?
Hand out drinks at that
I
point.
said that to Cam. I didn't say that to Cam this morning, but I said
their drinks for them. I got their, like, you know.
That's what you do.
Listen, I said to Cam this morning, I said, look at the list of the history of captains in Montreal, man. And for this guy to get on that list, I mean, it had to be like a little bit intimidating. I mean, you're from fucking New York. You're not from Canada.
No.
You're not from Montreal.
You don't speak French.
I mean, that had to be just a little bit intimidating, right?
Yeah. But the fans, the media were great to me, so that made it easy, right? Like, Gomer had a much different experience. Like,
oh my
like
God.
they were all over him. Like, they didn't appreciate what he was and how good of a player he was and what he could do for a team. The flip side for me, they appreciated everything I did, so it made my time enjoyable and easy. Gomer's the complete opposite. You know what I mean? We're good buddies, and we've been together for, you know, we played together for probably 12 years of our career. But like, his time there is so much different because of how he was treated and portrayed in the media and by the fans.
Yeah, because, Gio, look, you can go out there and get shit done. You're fucking working, your feet are going 100 miles an hour, you're fucking finishing your checks, you're blocking shots. If Gomer's not setting plays up and going coast to coast and scoring goals, he's not producing much outside of...
Yeah, that's what I'm
Come
saying.
on
Like,
now.
it's
And he had my
different.
fucking... He was on my timeline for goals for 18 months.
No,
So what do you expect?
Hey, I told Scotty when he came on, I said,
We love him, by
You're
the
the
way.
only guy that could go a full calendar year without scoring a goal and still have more points than Cam.
Stop
Okay?
recycling jokes. Stop recycling fucking jokes.
He
Stop
did.
it.
It was amazing. But, I mean, what was that like going through that with Scotty, considering how close you guys were?
Yeah, just trying to support him, right? Like, letting him know that the team believed in him, the guys believed in him, whether, you know, because when you're in a slump, man, you know, Cam, I guess you don't know what it's like.
I know. Thank you. Fuck me.
He was in a slump his whole life. He wouldn't have made your
if he
U15
went-
team. I'll
Not
tell you
off
that.
the ice. Not off the ice. Go ahead.
Maybe if he went like 20 minutes without a fight, he'd start to panic or something.
Oh, he
but,
would, probably.
you know, but when you go in a slump, like, everything starts to cave in on you, right? Like, and so in Montreal, that's even more so because you got the media and the fans and nonstop, and you can't get away from it. In a place like Jersey, you can get away from it. You know, different markets, you can get away from it. There, you can't. So it just snowballed for him, and it was basically just trying to let him know we supported him. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, like, I still think you're the best center I've ever played with. Like, just let's keep playing together. You know, that kind of thing.
And he's probably taking care of all the guys. And the media,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
taking care of the boys. He's there it is.
Of the guys I've played with,
Oh, my
dude,
God.
that guy, the first guy there to drop his credit card and
Wow.
take care of
Always.
everyone there. Like, you know, like, he's that guy, man. He's that guy
best.
that, hey, the mechanic in Jersey, he's our best friend. He's coming out with us. He's taking care of them with tickets. Like, he just takes care of people. He knows how to treat people. He's that way.
I learned that from him, man. I saw, honestly, how he did that. He had a bunch of friends outside of hockey, and I always did the same thing, and he just took care of guys. The
Yep.
unfortunate part was he was making $10 million, and I was making $500,000. Let me ask you this, Gio. Let me ask you this. Like, fuck, man, you're in the spotlight all the time. I'm trying to look up something negative on you. You're captain of Montreal. Like, did you ever fuck up? Like, did you ever fuck up? Are you perfect?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
when did,
man.
seriously, did you
Nobody's
say something
perfect.
fucking stupid?
Listen.
I can't find it.
But half my career was spent in the pre-social media era, right?
true.
So it was much easier
That's true.
to you know, like,
Thank God, eh?
yeah, there's no way. College and the pros, like, these guys with camera phones and social media everywhere, like, it's so easy to get tripped up.
But didn't you say, like, any time where you're like, oh, fuck, why did I say? I was pissed off after the game. I didn't even know what they're asking me. They're speaking French to me. And I said something stupid and I didn't fucking mean to. Like, did
I'm
that
sure.
ever happen? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I couldn't read it, so it was all right. I just passed it off. I didn't know what it was said.
There you go, then.
That's
There you go.
funny. I mean, could a head coach ever be there in Montreal without knowing French? I mean, you
I
hear
don't
that
think
all the
so.
time. It's
No.
like, why not?
No, we had that incident where Randy Cunningworth came in and took over on that interim basis. We let go of Jacques Martin, and there was, I don't know, whatever it was left, 20, 30 games left, and they gave the reins to assistant coach Randy Cunningworth. Great guy, unreal guy. And he just got sewered in the city for not being able to speak French. And why is the team promoting someone who can't speak French? And it needs to be a French coach. And so it is a legit, it is something there for sure.
Cam and Strick podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Yeah. Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview. All right, let's talk 2006 Olympics in Italy. I know it didn't go the way you guys wanted it to, but you listen, you're a young guy, and there's some legends on that team, right? I mean, what was that experience like for you as a young hockey player?
Yeah, there were, that was still filled with my era of USA Hockey legends, right? Like, I played on a line with Big Walt, you know what I mean? So I'm on a line with him. I grew up Dougie Waite, Bill Guerin, Mike Madonna, Chelly, Hatcher. You know what I mean? Like, these are all the guys that you grew up watching.
Legends, man.
For USA Hockey, legends. You know what I mean? And you're out there with them. It was cool.
Were they?
Man. It was cool.
Were they partying? Like, I don't give a fuck. Let's fucking party. I'm gonna work my ass off and block shots. I don't give a fuck. I'm partying. Were they like that?
It's that old school mentality, right? Like, you come in, you do your work, and you bust your ass when you're at the rink, but you also have fun away from it. Like, it was that old school drinking beer, come in and do your damn work at the rink.
Were you on the 2004 World Cup team?
I was not.
Okay.
It's a stupid-ass question.
Well, no.
You could have looked that up in 2 seconds, Andy.
But I covered that.
I knew that.
I covered that training camp for 10 days. I mean, I knew they weren't ready for the tournament, put it that way. Once that 10 days was up, I could have told you that. It's like they're like leaving Columbus to go to like a Kid Rock concert in Detroit, like when they have practice the next morning at 10 o'clock.
What'd you do in Italy though? Like, fuck, was that cool? You guys like cruising around? You go to the beach? Like, were you drinking wine? Like, what you guys do?
There was no beach. It was trying to find the dive bar. Like at the Olympics, you're trying to find that spot that's away from the spotlight.
So all those guys are great guys too. That's the one thing.
Unreal.
Right? So I'm sure they treated you with respect, even though you were a young guy. But, who's the one player that you played with of that era that you couldn't wait to pick their brain, or, maybe who took you under their wing for a couple weeks there?
Billy G, Guerin, Dougie Waite, both those guys
great dudes.
Were great. You know what I mean? I was scared shitless of Big Walt. I'm like, Walt, when do you want the puck? I'll give you the puck.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean?
He'll give you the look.
He's like, I don't want the puck unless I'm 2 feet from the front of the net. Don't give it to me until we get there. But if you look me off, that's the last time you're touching it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody looks Big Walt off. No, you know what I mean? Like, it was awesome. Like, I love those guys.
Scotty was on that team too, wasn't he? Scotty Gomez?
Yeah.
He thinks he's from Alaska, by the way.
Who he does?
You follow his Instagram right now? Like,
he's got Instagram now? Did he just start that up?
Yeah, I don't know. It came across my feed a week or two ago, and he's like hiking in the Alaska bush and sliding down freaking glaciers and stuff.
Gio, he doesn't even know how to shoot a fucking gun. We ask him, he doesn't know how to do shit. He's gonna get fucking mauled by a fucking bear, and he's not even gonna know what's going on. Like, he's the most non-Alaskan guy ever.
Right, but it was early part of Corona, and nobody was like paying attention to it.
He'll just get a helicopter and fly his ass back.
They were all just out doing whatever. So listen, you went to Boston College. Did you guys go to the Frozen Four all 4 years, and then you didn't win the championship till your senior year?
Yeah, we were in the Frozen Four, all four. We were in the championship game 3 of my 4 years.
Oh, my God.
So I guess our winning record isn't very good. We kind of shit the bed until the final. My senior year, we finally broke free and won it. But I guess that's not a great record when you put it down like that.
Was that
one
your
for three in
was
the
that
finals.
was that your best year? I know your point total was a little bit down, but your goal scoring was up your
Captain,
senior
though.
year.
He
Like
was
you
captain,
were captain and you won it all. So is that the year that stands out the most because you played with some big dogs there too?
Yeah, that one, and again, like if we're going back to missed opportunities, my freshman year playing with Marty Reisner, another St. Louis.
yeah.
He was a draft pick.
First
So
rounder.
Marty Reisner was on my line, and we lost to Michigan. It's in Boston. It's at the Fleet Center, or whatever it's called now. It's we're playing Michigan. We're up 2-1 or whatever most of the game, and we end up blowing a lead, and then they win in double OT. Like we got back to campus, and it was one of the biggest parties going on, and we had lost. I couldn't imagine if we won. Like it was like people are standing on top of vans and you know what I mean, like jumping on top of vans and
No, we have no idea what you're
like,
talking about with that.
Party. I know, seriously.
We don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, it's insane.
It's insane going on right now. We don't need to get into it. But I want to ask you this. So you're not a big guy. All right, we all know that. Although you are straight up jacked, boy. You are jacked. And you always chirp me for like driving around without a shirt on. I know that you're doing that up in Buffalo, so don't lie to me. But when
no, not a chance.
Everybody does that in Buffalo.
I do that in Eureka, and that's fine. I'm sweaty.
with your Camaro and cruising around in the T-tops.
It was
no
a
shirt
Corvette. It was a Corvette, and now I'm in the boats, damn it. So, but when you were young, though, Gio, like, we all have little man syndrome here and there. I have it. I had to deal with big boys. Andy certainly has little man syndrome because not only is he little, he's actually really skinny, too. At least you're jacked. But when you were young, though, were you like, was it tougher for you, man? You're a little guy. I know you were you were strong and you had big legs and stuff like that. So was it a difficult thing for being small compared to everybody else growing up? How'd you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, you went through those, right? Like you had to prove yourself all the time, man. Like you had to constantly be proving it. So yeah, you carry a little bit of chip. There's no way you can't. I don't think like you, right? Like you don't recognize that you're small. You just go out and do it. You don't recognize that you're fighting a guy that you're giving away 7-8 inches and
I do. Yeah,
but you just go and do it. You don't think about it. You just go and do it. That's just your norm, right? So it becomes your norm, but you definitely have a chip on your shoulder to prove everybody wrong or to prove that you can be there.
So you were a third-round pick. I mean, you look at your stat line. I mean, you had a career of a first-round pick. But was there anybody who ever kind of insulted you or said something maybe that
Michael Jordan style
that stands out in your head throughout whether it was the recruiting process in college or when you were having interviews with teams prior to the draft that just looked you off because of your size?
Yeah, I mean, every team looked me off for a few rounds, obviously, but they all just what I remember most about kind of my draft process, right, is central scouting had me nowhere, so I didn't go to combine, anything like that. I wasn't invited to that, so I was looked over, and so that's your first kind of check, right? You get a chip on your shoulder, like screw this,
Fuck
I
you.
can be there, yeah, and then. Every team brings you in for an interview, and the first thing they say is, "You're 5'7" and you wear a shield in college. What are you going to do when that shield comes off and you have to play against, bigger guys?" And you can say all you want, but all you want to do at that point is prove that they're wrong. You know what I mean? That you can go out there and do it. So that was the frustrating part, is trying to convince people. Yeah, I have to wear a mask in college. Like I'm bound by that. Like I can't do anything about that. I take that off. I'm not going to be afraid, but
yeah, I'll do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be more jacked because you got all the fucking shit, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to have money, and I have trainers. Yeah, I'll be like 10 times better. That's what you should have said. But what'd you say? What'd you say to Lou though? Because I remember my first time with him. It was 6 o'clock in the morning through that. Like, were you at the draft, and did you talk to Devils first? And what was that like walking in that room with him?
Was it on Zoom?
What? No, it wasn't. Did he have did he have his glasses peeked down, and so he's looking at you not through his glasses, which is like intimidating?
He had his dark blue, navy suit or black. He only wore those 2 colors.
Yep.
And you know what? I was a third-round pick. It was in Buffalo, which is pretty awesome. I had a ton of family and friends. I was at the draft for a third-round pick. I go down, and New Jersey had my name on the back of the jersey. They don't do that shit unless you're a first-rounder, and New Jersey had my name on the back of my draft jersey. Velcroed on there. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
like, so you knew that they wanted you.
Right.
Like, they had that made up. You knew that they were waiting for their chance. They actually traded up in that draft, one pick ahead of St. Louis, and St. Louis was going to take me that next pick. And so they must have got wind. They traded up, got in front of them, and then drafted, because all the St. Louis guys said we were taking you next.
Wow.
No
was-
Stanley Cup,
So I could
Gio.
have been, no
Hey.
Stanley Cup, but I would have been in the hometown of Cam Jansen.
Oh, you'd have been an alcoholic.
You would have been sitting right next to us right now. Right here.
We've been neighbors in Eureka.
Hey, what about Pat Burns? Did you like that guy? He had a huge influence on you?
I love that guy. That guy was awesome. For me, I was young. He gave me a ton of confidence in myself. He believed in my style of play. Not everybody can handle him. Not everybody loved him. But he gave me that belief, right, in myself as well. But he showed it with ice time and rewarded me. And I kept in touch with him right until his passing. I would phone him, and during his sick years and whatnot, and we'd always keep in touch. And so, yeah, he was extremely pivotal for me.
I'm curious because he was such a strong personality, especially on the outside, having never met him, and he appeared to be so intimidating. Would Lou leave him alone? How was Lou with his head coaches, especially a guy like Pat Burns, who was established and just kind of carried himself with such confidence?
I don't think Lou lets anyone go, right? Like, Lou's got his hand in everything. Like, he's always there, right? And that's what makes Lou great. Pat is this big, rough, tough, Harley riding guy, and he comes to training camp first year and he's shaved. He's clean shaven. Lou, you know what I mean? Like, Lou had talked to him and said, "Listen, Pat, you're gonna have to shave. Are you okay with that, coming here to coach?" And he was. Burnsy was extremely intimidating. Like, he would just growl at you. You remember the old practice rank?
Oh yeah.
Cam, like,
Turtle
you come
Brook?
down that
Turtle Brook?
You come down that tunnel. The weight room's on your left,
Yep.
and the coach's room's just by the weight room. And you're coming in the entrance, and in the morning he's just like, he's in a foul mood. You knew it. He was just growling at you. You want to know where. You couldn't get away from him. You had to walk past him.
Oh, between him and Lou, oh my God, when you're 18 years old and you went out the night before and you think that, like, there's cameras on you left and right, which I think that there were, to be honest with you, Gio. I think I was followed around. It's crazy, man.
Hey,
Crazy to me.
but Gio, I got to talk to you about Buffalo before we let you go. Okay, Ryan O'Reilly here in St. Louis, maybe the best person I've ever covered in
God,
my
stud.
20+ years.
How awesome is he?
Oh,
He's a
my
great.
fucking God.
just unbelievable. And then you see the comments the other day from Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on
Bergie.
what's and Bergie, who we know very, very well, who obviously packed his shit and he left. What's your take on what's going on there? These players have a gripe or what?
Well, listen, it's been a ton of years, right, with no success, and that starts to fester and frustrations start to grow, and it's once it's in there, it's so hard to get out, right? Like, it's like O'Reilly said, man, like, I know exactly what he meant when he said the comments he did, where you start to lose. You love the game, but you start to lose the passion coming day in and day out, because it becomes such a grind and such a mental fatigue. All you're doing is thinking about it 24/7. Whether you're at the rink or not, you're thinking, how the hell can I make this better? How can we get better? How can we get out of this? Okay, this day was great. Okay, we're finally turning the page. And then all of a sudden it's back to old habits, and you're just like banging your head against the wall, and it just becomes exhausting. And so you're worn down, you're beaten down, you're exhausted, and it's extremely hard to go and have fun every day, right? Like, so you don't realize it until you're out of it, and you're trying to correct it. And so that's one of the biggest disappointments, I guess, in my career would be I signed in Buffalo hoping to kind of change the culture, go in there and make a difference. And to feel like I wasn't able to do that was extremely hard, right? You're towards the end of my career, I'm coming back to Western New York, and I want to be a positive influence on an organization and hope that they're going in the right direction. And, it just didn't happen. And so then I went to Boston, and it was like, oh man, this is so nice. You're coming in rank, having fun. Like, it's fun winning. And so I get what O'Reilly's saying 100%, but I honestly do with Jack and how much he cares about winning, he's going to continue to push to keep making that better. I know that Kruger, all the guys, everyone I talk to, there's not a bad word to say about Kruger and what he's trying to do there. So
That's true.
It's hard. It's hard, though, to tell a fan base, hey, stay patient, stay patient, stay patient. They have been. But, with him at the helm and Jack pushing, I just hope that they can continue to make strides and get better and better every year.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.GadgetBuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either.
No.
Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.gadgetbuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview.
Yeah. And this is a tough question for you, Gio, but I gotta ask though, because you've been through different organizations and you've been through one of the best organizations ever, and with one of the most brilliant hockey minds ever with Lou Lamoriello. What's the difference then, Gio? What's the difference between wait? What's the difference between early 2000s New Jersey Devils and then going to the Buffalo Sabres? What particular things do you see on a day-to-day basis that's completely different? Because one works and one doesn't.
It's attention to detail. It's not letting the little things slide. Think of I remember from New Jersey, we were maybe lost 2 or 3 in the row. I think Lou might have been coaching at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't like how our details were. We literally went to practice the next day and practiced how to change. How to change on the fly.
In the NHL.
You weren't hustling to the bench. You weren't, that last 10 feet, you weren't throwing your stick in the air and saying, yeah, here you go. All right. Like that's those are the little things that, creep in. And then it's about keeping guys accountable to the whole team and not making that entitlement feel and not making them feel like they're more important than the team. That's the thing in New Jersey that never happened.
Yep.
And that's the thing that creeps in, and it doesn't have to be 10 guys. It could be 2 or 3, and then it just starts to spread a little bit, and then it's so hard to weed out. And they've been. You think of poor Ristolainen. He's been in that organization his whole career. He knows nothing different. So now it's hard to change it, right? So that's why once it's in, it's so hard to get out. And that's why you have to nip it right away. Like, you have to stop it. And that's what Lou would do. He would see that, he would sense it, and then it would stop.
So when you're in Boston for a handful of games and you see Chara and Bergeron, 2 great leaders, Marchand, all the guys who have had success there. What did you take from those guys, and any similarities to the core there versus who you came into the league with a bunch of winning guys in New Jersey?
That is so you got to put it in a perspective. I hated Boston. I hated those guys. I hated Big Z. I hated Bergie. I hated Marshy. I'm in Montreal. That's our biggest rival. We had all out, in the day when it wasn't, we had all out line brawls and, 12 guys sitting in the box. You got 3 guys on the bench. We had battles like that. And I go into that room. First thing Big Z does is give me a hug. I've been battling with him for 1,000 games. We've been at each other's throats for that long. And he gives you a hug. And that room, the leadership in that room, the way that room runs, that is one of the best rooms as far as players and tightness and leadership, and it is. I really had a great appreciation for what it is when I was able to go there at the end and appreciate it and not see it in a rival's eye. Yeah.
They didn't do my boy David Backes very well, but we'll save.
No, yeah, for sure.
We'll get into that. We're gonna have Backes on.
And we'll get him on. But I think you're right. In covering that Stanley Cup final last year, you can just tell. You walk in there, man. Those guys are true professionals. Hey, before we let you go, I got to ask you though. The last Olympics you played in, some great young players. You had Greenway there. You had Troy Terry. I'm sure you enjoyed hanging out with some of the young guys and just that overall experience, not having the NHL there. I'm curious what that was like for you. But of those guys that I mentioned, who stands out for you? Who really left their mark on you?
Yeah, if you look at, I loved it. It was a great kind of cap something I didn't think I'd be able to get back to in Olympics, to captain that team, to those guys. Greenway, huge man, and Donato and Terry, extremely skilled guys. So to kind of see it at the end of my career with those guys and have an influence, and I still keep in touch with them, right? Like Troy Terry texted me a couple weeks ago. And so that's cool to kind of see that next generation and know that, you had a little bit of time with them, and you could see them grow. They were all amateurs at the time, and then go on and sign, and you watch them now. It's pretty cool, man. Like it's cool to see that. And I'm sure that's what the older guys thought as I was coming through. But when you're older, you really appreciate that, and you root for those guys.
You're the man, Gio. Appreciate the time, big boy. I will say this, though. I'm surprised that you're not working for some NHL team right now doing something.
He will. He's
are
coaching.
you waiting on that?
Coaching.
No, I don't care about that.
I mean,
you guys, no.
yeah.
I can't believe people aren't calling you off the hook and be like, I need you fucking by me, and I can pick your fucking brain.
I had a couple opportunities early on, and you go from grinding, and I was fortunate. I made a good living, so you miss your family a lot, and so I wanted to take this time to really kind of enjoy them. I mean, my oldest, he's going to be out of the house in 3 years. So I want to make sure I spend that time with them. I still have a little bit of, I go on with the Amerks, me and Matt Ellis, with the minor league team in Buffalo, and do some skill work with those guys. So it's probably 6 to 8 times a year. But you're still just kind of, I just want to stay involved. I don't want to be completely involved because of, I want that time with my family right now. I was lucky enough to get a great living, and so over the next few years, that's what I want to do. And I definitely love the game and want to be a part of it. It would just pain me to miss out on the kids to continue to do that right now. So that's why I don't do it.
I get that.
I said the same thing to all the NHL teams. I go, motherfucker, I got cats. I got fucking cats.
Cam
I
to be
got
a
to deal with.
skills coach. By the way, Cam yesterday, just so you know, rollerbladed in a park with
I'm
a
badass,
stick
Gio.
and
No
gloves
fucking
on.
shirt on.
No shirt. No shirt for sure. No
the women
shirt.
of Eureka need to know. They skated by, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? You can't touch, but you could definitely look at me." That's my motto in Eureka, Gio.
Oh man,
Love you, buddy. Hey,
Love
thanks
you
for
too,
coming
buddy.
on, man. We'll talk soon, buddy.
Thanks for having me
Thanks,
on.
Gio.
We'll talk soon. See
Right
ya.
on,
Appreciate
dude.
it, man. That was Brian Giunta. I feel like every one of our guests, Cam, they all won a Stanley Cup. Just think if you would have gone to the how could you play as long as you did with the Devils and then not win a Stanley Cup? They won a ton of Stanley
got
Cups.
fucked over.
And you never won one?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't.
Come
No,
on
we
now.
lost to the Kings, and I got sent down. And
You went to the
02.
final, though. You went to the final.
Went to the
Yeah.
final. I got sent down at training camp in 02. Then they won in 03. And then what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then we didn't win.
Yeah.
We had a good team. We lost to Carolina. We had a good team. We lost to Ottawa Senators in 07. They were really good. Remember they went
Yeah,
and they
were
lost in
really
the final.
good. Yeah, they lost
Fuck,
to
they were
Anaheim.
sick. They had Char at the time too.
Oh, yeah.
They have Char at the time.
Believe
Neil.
so.
They had Alfredson. They had fucking Spez. They had Heatley.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fucking loaded.
Yeah,
And
they
they
were
went to the
good, man.
final in Anaheim. Brian Burke's Anaheim kicked the shit out of them. That was a fucking awesome team. Niedermeyer, Prongs, playing 40 minutes a night. Shit kickers on that team.
They had Dean McCammond. He
Dean
used to sing like
He was a
Songs.
newborn. He's a Christian.
Oh, he
big time Christian.
newborn
I played with him.
Christian. Yeah, born again.
born
maybe the
again.
nicest guy I've
Oh,
ever met.
one of the
in
best
hockey.
strides. Remember, he got fucking laid out by
By Pronger?
Steve. No,
Oh.
Steve Downey. Remember, Steve Downey got 20 games. I played with Downs and now Downs is not.
No, he's not.
He's not. He's in a kind of a bad category
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But remember, he fucking hit McCammon coming around the net and got 20 games.
I do remember that. McCammond,
Holy shit!
when he played
Monster
for
hit.
the Blues, it was one. I've never seen a guy.
Great guy,
He scored on his own net
sweet skater
from
eh?
the offensive zone.
Sweet skater.
There was a delayed penalty. He tried to make a pass up top.
Oh, really?
It
Oh, no, I
missed-
saw that.
And it went
yeah.
all the way in.
What a smooth skater that motherfucker was, though.
But Larry Plow would let me go on the Blues charter occasionally
You're lucky.
back then.
You're lucky.
Back in 05,
Would they put
06.
you underneath with the equipment?
No, and
Oh.
Dean McCammon would sit right behind me, and he would sing
Gospel?
like gospel songs the whole time. And then I would turn around, we would talk, and he would kind of get into.
Would you
his-
say shut the fuck up and play me
Never.
some metal?
No, I don't like metal.
No, you like rap.
I
Hey,
like-
stop
I
with
like
the gospel. I
hip-hop.
want some hip hop because I'm a from not from the city. 'Cause I'm not from
Doesn't
the
matter.
city.
You
Doesn't
just
matter.
Quit judging people. Jesus.
I'm not. Did I judge you there?
Well, you're
No,
not-
Dean McCammond's singing gospel
you're
and you're
not-
throwing
you're-
hardcore hip hop
you're not-
out like he's gonna fucking
Okay,
judge
but
you.
You know I don't listen to the hardcore.
I don't listen to rap or country.
I know you don't.
I'm in the mix, baby. I'm like in between that shit.
I like good hip hop. I like reggae music too, man. I got to turn you on to some
I don't mind
good-
reggae.
Yeah,
No, I don't mind
some
it.
good roots.
I don't mind hip hop.
reggae.
I like old school Bone
And I
Thugs
like
and
jazz.
Harmony.
I like old school jazz, man. A little Herbie Hancock, a little Miles Davis.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That's really cool.
Well, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, are you not? You don't know anything about the history of music?
Fucking jazz. That's fucking sick to.
Oh my God!
I know the blues are.
Don't
blues.
embarrass yourself.
I'm just saying. I
Don't
just said
emba-
it's sick
but
stuff,
don't
man.
embarrass yourself.
Don't say it's sick stuff.
Okay.
Fucking cool.
What do you like? Metallica?
They're okay. They're old. They're I like
Okay,
their
but
old
who,
stuff.
who do you like?
I like a lot of stuff. I like a lot of stuff from the Black Crowes.
What was
to-
your pump up? What would you listen
don't
to in the
fucking
car
why are you
on the way to a game?
Pantera,
Okay.
fucking Avenge, White Zombie. But I like the Black Crowes to NXS to Pink Floyd to Led Zeppelin to metal
That's
to
not
all
metal. Okay, I was gonna say.
that. No.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
told you not.
Yeah.
NXS is metal. That guy died.
No,
That guy was a fucking pimp.
Zeppelin, Pink
Pink
Floyd?
Floyd, baby. I like the Doobie Brothers here and there.
That's
I
good
get
music.
my mind
It's
right
good music.
and fucking
I like
jam
all
the fuck
types
out.
of music, dude.
I like techno. I like fucking Tiesto. He wants to fucking jam out. I like old school Russian PPK. Fucking play that and I'll fucking jam out in a cove on my fucking boat. I'll do all that shit. Hip hop and country, I'm just not too much there on,
Mm-hmm.
but I do like some hip hop and I do like some country. I like Zach Brown Band.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime they play My Old Man, I fucking cry. My dad's still alive and I'm fucking crying when I listen to that song. I
Wow.
like everything.
Okay. I went and saw Zach Brown Band live.
Oh, we
my
missed
wife
them this
wanted
year,
to
by the
go.
way. Yeah.
Well, we missed it, but last year they played during the playoffs.
Yeah,
It was
that's right.
it was an off day, and they were okay. They've got like one or two songs.
They're really good.
They're
No,
just-
Kate
they're-
got to meet them.
they're just okay.
You know what? You're a good husband when Kate's like, Cam, you're a hardcore son of a bitch.
I went,
love
man.
you,
I
Cam.
went.
Can you listen to some country with me? Yeah, Kate, I could do that because I'm a good husband. Here's Zach Brown Band. Ooh, I like them. So that's what I do.
My wife likes the country. She's got my kids listening to country. My daughter loves like Luke Bryan and that type of stuff. You know, I just don't get into it.
I need hardcore.
Personally.
I want a singer on stage to be like, I own all you motherfuckers.
Like PPK?
You're mine, babe. No, that's
What the hell
techno.
is that?
That's an old school Russian techno shit that's in the 90s. I like a couple of their songs. But I like hardcore when they come up on stage and like you're watching the lead singer. The lead singer doesn't have a guitar. He's his own entertainment and he's got to control the vibe. He's got to control the audience and he's fucking screaming. He's moving around. He's jumping. He's sweating. He's taking his shirt off like blah. That's what I like.
Brian Giunta, man, great guy.
I love him.
And
Love him to
we
death.
appreciate him coming on the Cam and Strick podcast, brought to you by carshield.com. Again, get your coverage. Your computer goes out. Your engine goes out. I mean, you got to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Screw that.
Okay? Not if you have coverage through CarShield. 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. If you have it in you, mention CAM.
Just think sexy.
Visit carshield.com. Use that promo code to save 10%. Again, carshield.com. Support our sponsors.
Yes.
Support our sponsors.
You want us to keep going?
Come
Support
on now.
Sponsors.
Including gadgetbuyback.com. Don't be cheap. Don't be walking around with a broken phone, a broken tablet. Gadgetbuyback.com. They've got a store here in St. Louis. If you're a St. Louis listener, they've got a store in Oakville. Check that out. They're going to have more stores sprinkled throughout the entire city of St. Louis. 877-772-8880. Gadgetbuyback.com. You can also go to gadgetlabmobile.com. So there's two different
Here's the
websites.
deal.
Get the information
Here's
you
the
need.
deal. Here's the deal. Let me break it down for y'all. If I look at you and you got a cracked fucking phone, I ain't taking you serious. That's all the fuck I gotta say.
Okay.
If your phone's cracked as shit and you're like, oh hey Cam, I want to do business with you, like, get the fuck out of here. Get your fucking phone fixed before I do anything with you.
Okay.
That's a fact. Write that down, Andy.
All right. Gadgetbuyback.com. Gadgetlabmobile.com. Either website will get you the information you need. Also, Bellman.com, BEHLMANN. Get yourself a new ride. Get a Jeep. Get a Cadillac Escalade. Get something nice for the summertime. Cadillac, Buick GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. both in Troy, Missouri, right across the street from each other. So, again, lots to select from. And Dan Bellman is the absolute man who's been supporting hockey here in this town for a long, long
Big
time.
time. The same thing with the phone is if you drive around in a piece of shit car, I'm like, I can't take you serious.
Really? Well, some people have issues, man. There's a reason why they can't drive a nice car. Don't judge. Stop judging people.
Quit telling me to stop judging people. That's all I fucking do all day is judge people. Here's the deal. If you're coming to me and you have a shitty car and you want to do business, I ain't taking it serious. If you're coming to me and you want to do business and you have a shitty ass phone that's cracked, I ain't taking it serious. That's it.
Okay.
I'm judging. There you go.
Cope24.com.
Jesus Christ.
Our girl Renee. I just did
Love her.
something with Ryan O'Reilly for a radio show, and she listened, sent me a nice note today. Thank you, Renee. We love you, Renee.
She's a doll.
Cope24, changing our parenting experience, cope24.com. All right, that was Brian Giunta. This guy was great, man. We appreciate him joining us. We're getting closer and closer to episode number 50, man.
I'm
We're just
scared.
cranking them out.
I'm scared.
That was 46 with Brian Giunta, a Stanley Cup winner, with us here on the Cam and Strick podcast.